24 drivers getting ready to go here. Round number 3 of the Schaeffer's Oil Summer Series, presented by Spartan Transportation. We got Blake Majulis, Devin Morgan on the front row. Evan C. is not on the grid. Your pole sitter here tonight is not on the grid. Not sure what is going on at the moment. On the left, pace truck in. And Alex, Blake Majulis, Devin Morgan on the gas. We are green for tonight's A main.
Now Majulis goes and leads us into turn 1 and 2 here. Majulis bottom side. It's going to be Devin Morgan goes top side here, side by side. He was with John Ruggiero Jr. Now here comes Dylan Yeager to the outside of Ruggiero Jr. That battle already for your third spot, as let's make it 3 wide mid-pack too.
How about the race for the lead already? Blake Majulis on the outside, Devin Morgan on the inside. Morgan, he'll try to cross him back over down the back straightaway. Now Devin Morgan will have command of the field. Here comes Majulis back to the inside. He'll go down into turn number 3 and 4. Majulis, he'll have the momentum. He'll slide up in front of Morgan. Look out, Morgan with contact with Yeager. Yeager trying to hang on to it. He'll lose a bunch of positions as we come around to complete lap number 2.
That is not the way Dylan Yeager wanted to start. He's back to 13th now, trying to make his way up front yet again. But now it is going to be Blake Majulis out in front of this one. Devin Morgan in the second spot. John Ruggiero Jr. in third. And now they're closing in there on your second spot of Devin Morgan.
It's Blake Majulis out front. Morgan, Ruggiero down to the inside, looking for second for momentarily. And it's still Wilson. Dylan Hauser with his best run of the season, currently sitting in the top 5. Damian Kiefer, Mike Augustine. We have a caution out on the speedway.
One of the guys, like you said early in the broadcast, Camden Johnston, is going to be the one to keep an eye out as well.
Double back up, pace truck in. We are back underway. 4 laps complete. Blake Majulis back on the gas. He'll lead him down into turn number 1 and 2 once again. Morgan will fall back to second. Here comes Ruggiero once again. How about Dylan Hauser up to 4th, looking for more now?
Hauser already up 5 spots right now as he's looking for more. Yet in the 4th spot is Dylan Hauser. He's going to try and sneak a nose to the inside here, as now Ruggiero Jr. shuts the door as that top side is starting to come in so far here for these guys. But bottom side, as you see, a 2-lane racetrack, just like we talked about, is coming into play. Top side on the exit of 1 and 2 is helping Devin Morgan right now.
Credit to the track prep here at VLR. The first 3 racetracks of the season have been awesome. Looks to be the same way here tonight. As you see, the first driver trying the top of the racetrack back there, sitting position number 6. That was Damian Kiefer on the outside. Now Hauser will go with him. Meanwhile, back up front, race for the lead once again.
You see Majulis and Devin Morgan out in front here. And you see Dylan Wilson. He's closing in on Dylan Hauser as well. Brent Carter into the top 10 right now. He's up 9 spots into that top spot. As now Chase Hardy up 8 spots. He's in the top 10 as well. So those 2 cars moving up through the field fairly easy.
Go back on board with Brent Carter right now, currently sitting in position number 8. He's got Mike Augustine right in front of him. They're 3 wide right behind him. Ethan Tudor, Chase Hardy, and Camden Johnston 3 wide right behind him. But meanwhile, back up front, still hard to take your eyes off the race lead. Devin Morgan, Blake Majulis side by side once again down the back straightaway.
You know, I forgot to mention, Evan C. did make the call then, yet he came out right when the green came out. So Evan C. not a lap down. He's up to 17th already in this field. So keep an eye on that 33 as he tries to make his track up to the front here.
Evan C., can he have a repeat of last Thursday? Had some problems all night last Thursday. And somehow the A-main able to come from 24th up to 4th. Now has his sights set on the charge once again. Currently sitting in position number 14 right now. He's got a long way to go to get there. As back up front, race for the lead once again. How about Morgan to the inside? Couldn't quite make it happen as Ruggiero sits 3rd. Hauser, Dylan Wilson rounding out the top 5.
You see some guys moving up here. Brent Carter now back up to 7th here. Hardy up into the 9th spot. So keep an eye as guys moving up into the top 10. But right now it is a 2-horse race out in front. Morgan and Majulis, your top 2 so far here, as Ruggiero Jr. He's on an island of his own, and then Hauser and Wilson near each other as well. Kiefer and then Brent Carter, Augustine Hardy, and now Ethan Toder are in your top 10.
Kiefer up into the wall. He'll fall back a spot right behind Dylan Wilson, and currently sits position number 5. And it's Kiefer, Augustine, Brent Carter up 10 spots, currently sitting for the Toder's Isle of Frenchie's Hard Charger Awards. You got 5 cars all right there together. That is 7th all the way back through about position number 11 now, as here comes Tomasi and a host of other drivers as well.
There you see in that mess is Evan C. He's sneaking on the inside there. He took it 3 wide momentarily there. Has some contact there. Now spun is going to be that 33 machine. He's going to get sideways. So just like that, just when you're moving forward, gets a little sideways with some contact, and Evan C. Gonna have to try and make that long hike to the front again.
Evan C. is not
dangerous.
Don't count out that 2 car outside of row number 2, already up 5 spots. And like I said, he's had bad luck the first 2 weeks. Always a driver to watch. Some of the guys had him up in their top 3 drivers to watch coming into the season. Finds himself in position number 4, looking for more, as Dylan Wilson on the inside trying to find a way around the car of Hauser now. Hauser will fall back to 5th, as it'll be Blake Majulis coming around to lead lap number 15. 15 down, 25 to go, and the caution is out once again. Well, the pace truck is in.
Pace truck in, green flag back out here. Let's keep an eye on Dylan Hauser here. Hauser now side by side there. Wilson goes top side. Right behind him there, they were 4 wide there out of turn number 2. Tanner Tomasi was on the bottom of that whole chaos, as now Tomasi trying to make moves here, as problems there for the 09 as he just lost about 3 spots.
And Tanner Tomasi right now being scored in position number 10. Going to lose more than that. Chase Hardy up 10 spots right now. He's currently on pace for that Toder's Isle of Frenchie Hard Charger Award. Currently sitting in position number 8, challenging for 7th and 6th. Directly in front of Mike Augustine, Damian Kiefer side by side.
Up front, Evan C. back up into the top 12 here. He's in 12th, looking for a top 10 right now. Johnston, Tomasi, Cody Nevin, they're all battling as well here, as they're almost 3 wide there with Evan C. in the middle.
3 wide for Evan C. Down and through the middle of the field. He's got a long way to go. He's got Camden Johnston directly in front of him. Meanwhile, back up front, it's Blake Majulis, Devin Morgan. Good race for 3rd now. Ruggiero on the inside. That's Dylan Wilson on the outside. Wilson trying to get to 3rd on the outside.
That 6th spot up for grabs right now. They were 3 wide there in turn 1 and 2 as well. So throughout this field, they're almost 3 wide yet again here. So throughout the mid-pack, they are battling it out side by side, 2 by 2, 3 wide at times. So this is a racetrack that is anyone's dream right now to get your money's worth.
We're kind of waiting for the action to pick up towards the front of the field, as the drivers just kind of riding out the laps at the moment. And like you said, action packed throughout the middle of the field. Chase Hardy looking to gain his 12th position so far here in the main event, trying to find a way around Mike Augustine, who currently sits 6th right now. Hardy to the inside here in turn number 1 and 2. It looks like he may have the advantage as they work down the back straightaway. But the back straightaway, the outside, just very dominant.
Hauser in the 5th spot right now, trying to chase down Dylan Wilson, John Ruggiero Jr. As those two starting to battle it up here now, as Hauser tried to sneak the nose to the inside there on Ruggiero Jr. He's going to go middle of the track there. Both of them will go, as that is your battle for 4th and 5th. Right behind them in the 6th spot, Augustine and Hardy. So those two closing in here on top 5.
22 down, coming around to complete lap number 23. It'll be 17 to go, so just under halfway home. Just over halfway home, I should say. Blake Majulis is led from the jump. It's Devin Morgan, Dylan Wilson, Ruggiero, Dylan Hauser, your top 5. Best race on the racetrack right now. Currently sitting position number 6, Mike Augustine. Chase Hardy falls back to 7th. Still up 11 spots from his starting position here in the main event.
Almost 3 wide battle still throughout this racetrack. Hauser holding on to a top 5 right now, but closing in on your race leader is Devin Morgan. Slowly and surely he is closing in here. It's just going to be a matter of laps before he gets to that 127 and we have a battle for the race lead.
0.3 of a second was the gap last time by. We'll see what the gap is this time. Right about the same, 0.3 of a second. Majulis and on board with Devin Morgan working down the back straightaway, trying to make something happen. We'll see if the bottom will come to life late in the race. It'll be 25 down, 15 to go when they come back to the line this time.
Battles throughout here as it looks like a car just tapped the guardrail there, but that might open the door here. Damian Kiefer now, as he is battling it out with Dylan Yeager, Tanner Tomasi, Evan C on the outside of the top 10 right now. They're trying to make their way back here yet again as well. So throughout the top 10 right now, you still have Majulis, Morgan, Wilson, Ruggiero, and Hauser, your top 5. Augustine, Harder, Toder, Yeager, and Kiefer, your top 10.
Good drive by Yeager as he fell back early in the race. Now fighting back up inside the top 10 once again. Started 4th and dropped all the way back to around 15th. Now currently sitting in position number 9. Directly in front of him, Ethan Toder. Looking to the outside of Hardy. That is for position number 7. Toder just kind of finds himself towards the front late in the races so far, it seems like. As we come around to complete lap number 27, it'll be 13 to go for the 127 of Blake Majulis, who's trying to hang on to it.
You see Ethan Toder right now. He is side by side with Dylan Yeager there. That is for your ace spot. And then up in front of them, it's Chase Hardy, Augustine. Those two are side by side momentarily as well. So keep an eye on this top 10 because it can change at any moment here. They are side by side most of the way. And Evan C still closing in on the top 10 yet again.
Blake Majulis put a little bit of distance through. Almost 0.4 of a second now is the gap between him and Devin Morgan. Majulis, another guy who's finished second and third each time, looking for a main event win here in week number 3. Still trying to hang on to it and hold off Devin Morgan, who sits second. Morgan has not finished outside the top 2 in the first 2 races, looking to maintain that streak. As right behind him, Dylan Wilson. Do not count him out. Ruggiero, Dylan Hauser, your top 5. Mike Augustine up from 11th to 6th. As Chase Hardy up 11 spots, currently sitting position number 7.
Still, there is a small gap between Majulis and Morgan. So that battle up front still hanging on here. Wilson, Ruggiero. As there you see Chase Hardy right now in the ace spot, as there are battles again still throughout this top 10, still side by side everywhere you look.
Crash in the back as Evan C finds himself into the top 10. Tanner Tomasi with a crash here on lap number 32, excuse me. It'll be 8 laps to go when we go back green. We'll take a look and see what happens.
None of them are really dark horses. But I gotta say, if Evan C can make something happen from missing the call to just having to fight his way back to a top 5 finish, I think Evan C is going to put some, put an exclamation point on this run here. But green flag is back out in the air.
Green flag is back out in the air once again. Blake Majulis back with the gas, back out in front. Morgan going to try to make something happen down the back straightaway. Going to take it to the bottom of the racetrack. That really hasn't worked here late in the race. Bottom has kind of gone away. Meanwhile, back there for about 4th on back, Dylan Yeager trying to make some noise to come back through the field. How about 4 wide down the front straightaway now?
It's 3 wide there. You see Dylan Hauser in the middle of it right now trying to make it work. As Hauser going to drift up the track a little bit, opens the door. Yeager to the inside here. That battle is still on here as Evan C. As boy, oh boy, contact into the wall there as Evan C. now. He's going to make something happen. That was Augustine into the wall, and he's going to lose a handful of spots.
Evan C. through the middle looking for position number 7 right now. Evan C. up to 7th and looking for more as he had to start the race tail end of the field after some problems. Want to give a shout out though to Dylan Yeager. Got dropped back to about 15th position, has catfished the bottom like we've seen him do many times through the first 2 races. Now finds himself in the top 5 once again. Now putting the pressure on Ruggiero. That is for position number 4 as they work down the back straightaway. 5 to go.
Those two side by side again. Ruggiero Jr. and Yeager side by side for your 4th spot. Both of them closing in on here as now you see Dylan Wilson going to be caught up here out of turn number 4 though. Wilson gets the run to start pulling away here. So now it's a 3-car battle for your 4th spot here because here comes Dylan Hauser back in the mix yet again.
Hauser falls out of the top 5, currently positioning number 6 right now, as Jaeger and Ruggiero go at it for position number 4. Blake Majulis coming around. 3 more trips around for the driver of the 127 to try to pick up his first win of the Schaeffer's Oil Summer Series.
Williams, remember, Williams held on to that final transfer spot early on in the night. He is now up to 12th here, so up 11 spots for Williams, up 10 spots for Chase Hardy. So that battle for the Hard Charger Award is heating up as well, because both of them now are up 10 spots, battling it out to try and get and stay in the top 10.
1.5 more times around the speedway for Blake Majulis in the 127 as he'll come around this time. He'll get the white flag this time at a turn number 4. Devin Morgan's going to have one more shot to make something happen. Can he do it?
Morgan tried to go to the bottom side there in 3 and 4, now into turn 1 and 2. Both cars going to run a slider line in 1 and 2 here, as now 3 wide as well for your 4th spot, but up front out into turn 3 and 4, bottom side slider line for the 127 machine. He's going to come close to that wall. A little hiccup, but he's still going to win it. Blake Majulis wins here at Williams Grove Speedway. Devin Morgan, Dylan Wilson, John Ruggiero Jr., and Dylan Yeager.